Okay, so even though I said I was going to try to explain it better, I didn't. Motor mounts are in, transmission mounts in, but it's not tightened up. None of this is tightened up. This is all like hand tight, just to get it in there. Now, this header has to come in from the bottom. The car has to be, well, it was 24 inches off the ground. And then I want to say that the transmission mount cross member was not in the way, but the axle shaft may have been, but the axle shafts aren't attached yet, so I just lifted it up, and then I could finagle this thing in here, and then I just have it sitting on the mounts, and it's pretty bottom heavy because it's not hooked to anything. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bolt this down because I can. Nothing else is in the way. I can get to my tubes over here. I can get to my drain plug right there and put in my temperature sender. And then we'll put the alternator on from here and get the belts hooked up. I'll probably put the muffler on and get it hung so that there's not as much stress on this thing because it's pretty bottom heavy. Before I installed it, like last month, I wrapped it with the, what do you call it? It's exhaust wrap. I wrapped it with exhaust wrap. And then this is some aluminum heat wrap that I put on here just to try to keep it from unraveling. I don't know how long this aluminum stuff is going to last. It's just like sticky tape. It may last forever. I don't know. It's what the kids use on their cars. They also use the gold stuff. Anything you can do to cut down the heat coming out of that and keep the heat isolated inside the pipes makes for better flow, better scavenging, better flow. Only one busted knuckle so far, right here. This thing is huge. I hope it's smaller on the inside because it would be really small on this side. It's too big. It's too big. It's too big. It's too big and it's the wrong thread. Gonna need an adapter for that. I probably have one. Let me find it. So I'm getting these coolant hoses hooked up before I put the header on, just in case it's in the way. This is too long, of course. Why don't I have a short one? Why don't they make a short one? I need you to turn, buddy. Oh, you know what? That's good. Right there. So if you were watching, I put 2 gaskets on there because that's what Vick Autosports recommended. So you get a better seal. Because there's an intake port, I use Yama Bond instead of Permatex. Because Permatex goes bad 5 minutes after you open it. Yama Bond lasts forever. We are going to pick up the header. I think we're going to pick up the header. Yep. And get it kind of lined up somewhere like this. Come on. Yes. And so on the header, we're going to put a washer. And then we have these copper coated exhaust nuts. And these have a locking ridge in the top. And they kind of bite against the threads, so they don't back out. So I want to support this a little bit. That's fine. I need an extension. And this one. That looks good. Squish that stuff out, buddy. The intake runners have been port matched to the head. The gaskets have been port matched to the head, so there's no obstructions, lips, or anything. It's just, you know, something that I do because I'm weird like that. Now, we slide this into place. Come on. Can't see. Got it. Don't got it. Yes, got it. This one was the one that popped up on me. Yeah. Looks pretty good now. Okay, cool. So again, with the, that one gets the big washers, right? Something like that.
In the merry month of June, from my home I started, left the girl to tune, sad and broken hearted, saluted me father dear, I kissed me darling mother, I drank a pint of beer, me grief and tears to smother, off to reap the corn, left where I was born, cut a stout blackthorn to banish ghosts and goblins, brand new pair of brogues, frightened all the dogs, rattled all the bogs, on the rocky road to Dublin, 1 to 3 for 5, put the hair and turned her on the rocky road, all the ways to Dublin, Wakefield all day. Blaggards next night to rest in limb so weary, started by daylight next morning bright, and ere he took a drop of the pure, keeps the soul from sinking, that's the paddy's cure. Whenever he's on for drinking to see the lassie smile, laughing all the while at me darling style, would send your soul a mumble and asked if I was hired, wages I required, I was bloody well tired, on the rocky road to Dublin, 1 to 3 for 5, put the hair and turned her on the rocky road, all the ways to Dublin, Wakefield all day, yeah. Double an extra ride, I thought it's such a pity to be pushing boat on the rocky road to Dublin and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the hair and turn her on the rocky road all the way to Dublin and Wakefield all day. I soon got out of there, me spirits never failing, landed on a quay as me ship was sailing, captain at me board. Set the no Paddy when I went on board. I come and found where Paddy went down amongst the pigs. Dance a party rig, dance a funny jig. The water round me bubble and last in Holyhead. Wish myself was dead, better off instead. On the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the hair and turn her on the rocky road all the way to Dublin and Wakefield all day.
Down here, this is the AC compressor, and Vick says that you run the header on a non-AC car. Now, I didn't record it because there would have been too much editing for all the foul language, but you can snake that compressor in there. You have to take these mounting brackets off, get the AC compressor in there, get the mounting brackets tightened up to the compressor and then to the mount on the block. Get them a little bit snug, then slip your belt on and tighten everything up so that the belt's tight. So you can do it. This is not interfering. It's not touching the header. I mean, it's about as close as it was before. And I just put some silver reflective tape on it to help it out. I can also get a heat shield and shove down in there to help it out. But now is the part where we put the alternator on. And I know when I watched Vick Autoworks, he had some problems getting the header on with the alternator already on there. So since we didn't have an alternator, we don't have to worry about it. These are the alternator bolts, even though I didn't label the bags. Yeah. It's gonna be something. I don't know. Just stop thinking about it and get some bolts started, you moron. So you gotta get behind here to get this bolt started. And then what happens? Can we even make it? I don't think so. That header wrap is in the way. Give me a little relief cut. Right there. We could also smash that header with a hammer. and give us a clearance, but I don't think we're going to get a bolt in there to... Okay, so bottom bolt's in, and then it hits, and we need more clearance. More clearance. There's a lip right here that sticks out. I'm going to grind that back a little bit and we'll be okay, I think. So, trim that in right there. And then I reoriented these cables so they're more up instead of going back around sideways. So that's still loose, but I think we can get the bolt in now. And we have about a 1/2 inch of adjustment, which just means we have to run it tight. And then there's a little solenoid on there. I wish I wouldn't have put this shrink wrap on here now, because I could have pulled this tighter. And it's not going to go now, because that shrink wrap is so sticky. But I'll curve this around. This goes like this. Yeah, we'll be okay for that. There's a little 100 amp fuse modulator thingamajigger doohickey back here. We'll probably have to put some heat tape on that, because it's plastic and it'll melt. But it's new, I just replaced that. Okay, so next would be the belt. And we're going to take everything off again, because, you know, the belt don't fit.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling round the bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. But that train keeps rolling on down in San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and I cry. By a lonely prison wall, Listen, if that railroad train was mine, well, I bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Folsom, that's where I want to stay. And I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away.
So the last thing I was doing last night was trying to get that alternator installed. I'll show you. So because this, sorry, these are in the way, but not really. So it's resting up against the header right there where I tuned it down a little bit, but it was tweaked like this. So lots of struggling, lots of cussing. I had to get a Band-Aid, but I loosened this motor lift bracket, this alternator bracket from up here. That helped a little bit. I was able to get the bolt all the way through, wiggle it in there, get it started, and then cram it home. So this belt is tight. I mean, you know, it's kind of like over tight, but it won't go any more loose. But we'll run it and see what happens. And then I got the rest of the belts on. So this side is done. I think if you were to hammer, take a hammer, bend that in a little bit, you could probably get a little more clearance. So we're gonna heat that alternator up, but maybe not too bad. We'll see. With the vented hood, it gets lots of air, so everything should be okay. Well, I don't even know. I have no idea what I'm saying. Don't listen to me. I just make this up as I go along. I'm gonna wipe some of this down and try to put some reflective tape on it just in case, but we won't know until we run it.